they have a podcast where they talk about that like the stuff, and apparently Mose and Ned used to get down back in the day. It's crazy.
Do it in the set, or I mean, what do you mean get down?
I
You
heard
mean
the one that I watched talked about her giving him head. So I don't know.
Oh my god! Welcome, guys, to the episode 19 of the Stout and Lager podcast. I'm your host, Lager. Joining me, as always, is Stout. Stout and Lager is a beer podcast that we review every week new beers to see if they're good or not and talk about different topics that comes up. And today is our special. It's our winter beer special where we're going to be trying out some winter beers. What are we having today?
We're in a winter wonderland, dude.
Yeah.
Hey.
You like it?
Samuel Smith, sorry. Winter Ale Welcome.
Welcome. Okay. Yeah, it's like winter. Apparently, there's this thing, the seasonal thing with winter beers, which are usually higher in alcohol percent, and they're usually darker. This winter's welcome is like almost like a brown amber ale. So I'm excited for it.
I opened mine already.
You're opening yours? All right, I'm opening mine.
While you were talking, if anyone caught that.
I think I got a good one. I think this new mic's doing work.
All right,
but
first sip.
Cheers. I like it. Oh, I think it's like
interesting.
I think it's like almost exactly what I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it has more of a hint of an ale. Rather than whatever.
I don't know what I'm tasting though.
I mean, to me, it's very much I'm tasting that malt. It's like toffee almost. A little bit.
I think that's an accurate description.
Yeah. Some say like some of it is honey, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
As well. So it's like, does it make you feel warm inside?
Interesting. Do you think they make it strong because like in the winter it's cold, so alcohol warms you up, so it's like more of that?
I think so. I think that's like the idea of it, which is like it makes sense because I don't know when I think of actual liquor that makes me warm, I think about whiskey and not beer.
I mean, this is a English beer, right?
Yorkshire. It's English beer, Yorkshire. I actually don't know if it's Yorkshire or Yorkshire.
I think it's Yorkshire. I'm not sure though.
All right.
Yeah.
we'll figure out soon.
If we have any English viewers, they'll probably roast us for saying it disgustingly wrong.
We should get like Soju's friend to watch this and see, because I'm pretty sure that he's like the only British person I know personally. Same. But yeah, so how's been your week? Stout.
It's been a week. Only a week.
Yeah.
Been a shorter break compared to some of the other episodes. Getting back on track, you know what I mean? Last week. What did I do last week? Honestly, I didn't really do much. I worked, went to the gym, and then on Saturday I had Friendsgiving. That was nice.
Ooh, Friendsgiving.
Yeah,
What's
it was
the tea?
Soju, IPA, absinthe, whiskey or old fashioned. I don't remember.
I think.
And the British guy we were talking about was also there, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty fun.
What do you get? Like, what you guys had for food?
Dude, it was so fire. So
yeah.
Excuse me, I don't know if the mic picked that up. I made some arroz con gandules. To the best of my abilities, because a lot of the stuff here was not available. Sour made a turkey, Venezuelan style turkey.
Nice.
Soju made some gimbap, so the Korean sushi. It's made pork belly gimbap and spam kimbap. It was so good, pretty good.
Kimbap.
Absinthe made pierogis, which were also very good.
What pierogis again?
I believe they're like Polish. I think the closest thing I could think of is dumplings, but they're not.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe them. Yeah, I guess they're filled dumplings, but they're not like, I don't think they're fried. They have there was potato and cheese inside. It was very yummy. IPA made a potato cheesy casserole type thing, which was very good as well. There's gonna be a theme of everything being pretty good.
No, there was no
British.
If you had this, there was no like low tier foods.
No, everything was fire.
Okay.
British homie brought these like meat pastries that were very British, as he described them. They had beans inside of them. It was very interesting.
Okay.
And what's it called? Sorry, I'm struggling here. I'm trying to think of the last name. Is it whiskey or old fashioned?
I'm pretty sure it's whichever. I think it's old fashioned.
Okay. So old fashioned. I think he said he was gonna make something, but he forgot to take it out in the morning. So he ended up buying a cake, and it was a yummy cake.
Nice.
To
be fair, like the last time I did a Friendsgiving, I was the one that brought just a ham.
Nice.
I think it was to. Ironically, it was to another Friendsgiving for the Wicked Sojuice group from college. Yeah, I was the one. Everyone brought like, I don't know. I think people were like doing chicken, all the stuff, and I brought a ham. I brought like half of a ham. I think it was more of a joke. I think everyone took it as more of a joke.
Why?
I don't know. I was the one that was to brought ham, I think. And it was pretty good. It's just, ham. Ham is kind of like hard to...
I like ham.
Not like, I guess. Yeah. Ham is, I feel like, not top tier of the Friendsgiving/Thanksgiving kind of like,
Yeah.
sense.
I think for me, ham is more like a Christmas thing. But a nice ham with pineapple, like glaze.
Pineapple?
Pretty good.
So you like sweet hams. They usually have this, but yes. Yeah. So yes, yes, Tog.
Yeah, we ate a bunch of food.
Were there any wines or any?
We had some beers left. They had some leftover beers, and they had a soju bottle. And then for dessert, I had they had the cake that they made, and then they also had what's it called? Absinthe brought a cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake that she made. So we had that, ate some dessert, and then we played a spy game. I have no clue what it was called, but it was like kind of like an Among Us type game.
Spy Battle?
Something like that.
No. Is it the one where you are trying to figure out who's a spy, and the spy needs to figure out the location?
How did you know that? Yes.
I watch a lot of like board games / party game videos on YouTube.
It was that one, and then we played a couple of rounds of that, and then we played this Switch game where we were all fruit, and you like one shot each other. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called. That was pretty fun too.
One shot. I'm trying to remember. It's not one to switch, right?
No.
Switch game.
No,
Suika.
No, it's not Suika. It's the first thing that came up. It was kind of like a battle royale.
Oh,
it was really interesting.
Okay, that's cool. No, that's for racing.
Boomerang Foo. That's what it was.
Boomerang Foo. That's what I said.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, we played that. We played some Jackbox. Had some hee hee ha ha's. Booba was very popular. Used a lot.
The one Jackbox game I really enjoyed that. Like I feel like it just flew over like under the radar because of Fibbage, Quiplash, all those games. Is it's the internet one, like Internet Hates Charades or something like that. Remember? It's the one that you would fill in what a internet post would be about another player.
Oh yeah. It was fun. They have a lot of fun games. I think they had like 7 or 8, like one of the newer ones. I feel like the newer ones are kind of hard to follow.
I think the newer ones get more complicated, man. There was one that you were supposed to be comics at a cruise. There's the t-shirt one. There's, I don't know. There's like a dating show one. and the game way too complicated. I feel like there's a reason why Quiplash gets still made.
Yeah, but I do have to say for the seventh one or the eighth one, the one that we had, the Quiplash topics are like really hard. I feel like for the most part, they're usually not as hard as that. Wow. I don't know.
Where's one do you remember?
So I don't remember how the third round of it always is, but the third round in this one was one question and you had to answer with 3 different things. And one of the ones that I got was like 3 things that are only funny to this friend group. It was like
cheese man.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that has to be a lot more intimate group to be able
cheese
to fully
man,
cash in on that one.
Karaoke.
So we said there was one of the locations that kept on coming up that was like funny. So I said that, and then I said booba, and I said one more thing. I think I said like these nuts, and I ended up winning because of booba.
That made everyone laugh.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
I think Old Fashioned was the one who liked it the most. But
I feel like it was lowbrow a little bit, and I feel like that gets us the most sometimes. Yeah. Like these nut jokes always gets you or gets me. Yeah, that's good though. That sounds so fun.
Pretty much it. Then yesterday I watched some football.
Football, man.
So sad that I watched my Hawks
now,
die.
man.
They're not die. They fucking lost, but
you lost.
The Hawks, the Seahawks.
Oh, the Hawks.
Watched them die. I keep on saying die. Lose to the freaking Rams. Piss me off. Rams are only 2. They're 4-6, and they've won twice to the freaking Seahawks. Ridiculous.
Yeah. The Jaguars won. Like,
yeah, I saw them. Wasn't it like pretty convincingly?
Convincingly. It's like the thing is, it's like, but it feels so like I stopped watching it in reality after like the first quarter, maybe because I'm like, you know what, I'm losing already in the other games, and this game is like, all right, I know they're gonna win, and so like I stopped watching it because like it's like, man, but why can't they beat an actual team like the 49ers?
Well, I think it's a good thing because apparently there's like the 49er curse that the 3 teams that have beat them have all lost their quarterback.
Through the 49ers or after?
Well, when they lose them after.
After, yeah. Who are they? The Browns?
The Browns. Who just lost it? The Vikings and one more.
Vikings.
The Bengals? I think they just lost Joe Burrow for this season.
Oh, yeah. Bengals, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess if I want to keep Trevor Lawrence safe, I guess. I don't know. I just hoping that it's like the thing is like, what couldn't they have lost in a more tight race? Yeah, at the very least, to make it seem that they're not like just they're beating the teams that their ratio for winning and losing is like less than 50%. Yeah.
What about you though? What were you up to this week?
This week was mainly just kind of like transitioning for work, but doing that, and then I've been actually just binge watching Friends. Yeah, Friends has been good. I mean, it was mainly because of what happened with Matthew Perry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it inspired by that? I feel like a lot of people have started watching it again because of that.
No, yeah, it hits different, man. It the thing is, it didn't hit immediately when I saw the news because you don't really see him at all like these days. He just mainly does whatchamacallit, foundations, charity for like people with addiction, stuff like that. He does stuff like that, writes memoirs.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I saw that he was a pretty big advocate on that, and he also had a memoir, right?
And no, when it hit, it didn't hit. It was only until I saw in season 2, there's this episode that ironically was the death of this old guy that they like the episode about. And literally, Chandler, he goes, "See you later, Mr. Heckles. We will try to be quiet. We'll try to be quiet," and they make it such a like a finale You know, they turn off the light, they put the music, a goodbye, and I'm like, man, I'm saying goodbye to Matthew Perry, but I don't know.
That's
hit
like
me. It hit me there.
double hitting.
It was, yeah, because it literally was that, and then, but man, because I was watching it with with my parents, right, and I don't know, it's special, you know, it's something that me and my dad we always like bond over, friends, no matter how many times we rewatch it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you ever watch it? Like at least once,
No.
or
I actually have not.
yeah, you should. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think to be fair, I'm biased. I grew up watching it. You know, my sister watched it. My dad was watching it. I had the DVDs, and it was like no brainer. And then you know, a lot of people use Friends to learn English. You know,
Interesting.
yeah. Like I was watching the Friends reunion, and one of the main parts was like they were showing how many different countries it was airing, and how like they had a lot of testimonials from different people in different countries. Like, yeah, from India, Mexico, Brazil.
That's some like crazy reach.
It was. And it's like, and I don't know, man. Friends. Go for it.
I was just saying, I feel like it was just in the golden era of like sitcoms. There's a lot of like really good sitcoms around that time. I feel like.
It was. You're right. Because like I think now what's popular is more like, I don't know, not studio audience kind of shows. You know, like if a show could be funny, it's like I don't know, smart comedy. You know, where it's more clever. I don't know what shows right now because I really don't watch a lot of current shows.
And we're back with beer number 2. We're actually doing something a little bit different this time. But before we get into that, we have to rate our Christmas beer, Winter Ale Welcome. What did you think of it, Lager? How were you liking that beer?
So I was thinking. Well, first let's do some facts.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, I just want to mention that this is by Samuel Smith Brewery. It's an independent brewery in North Yorkshire, right, in England. Supposedly, it's Yorkshire's oldest brewery, founded in 1758, and it was done by this guy named John Smith, who then later died and gave it to his brother, who also died. Then he left it to his young he left it to his young nephew Samuel in 1886. Yeah, I mean, I think they were natural deaths. I don't think they were. And he kind of like rebuilt it into kind of like doing no brewery. Apparently, they're very famous to do like they do some like not say outdated, but like they do some very traditional fermentation processes where they still use stone instead of stainless. Yeah, I think this was brewed in stone.
Really?
Yeah, and like it's kind of crazy because like
tastes like stone.
I mean, they really want that earth taste, I guess, but
like a rock,
almost. And apparently, this brewery is built by a well, and that's where they get the water from to brew for the ales and stout. Like they still are drawing from the original 85 feet well, and when it was established in 1758. And yeah, it's like kind of like very old. They still use dray horses. They use that to deliver beer around the town of Tadcaster, which is the town in North Yorkshire where it's set up. Apparently, that's how they deliver those beers locally, by horse drawn.
That's cool.
Isn't that great? It's like sometimes
OG
I'm very
shit.
OG, because like I feel like we're very progressive people, right? But at the same time, it's cool that they kept some, I don't know, fun old stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
One other thing, I don't know why this is a fact. I really don't understand because I'm not this. apparently almost all the beers from this brewery are vegan, including this one that we're drinking.
Isn't most beer vegan though?
Yep.
Yeah, most beers are vegan because it's just malt, water, hops, yeast.
Then why would? Then I don't know why them
beers are
labels.
I guess honey ones, meads, milk stouts because they have milk in them.
I guess milk stouts definitely wouldn't be vegan. Yeah, I mean, I guess the milk stout would be the only one that wouldn't be vegan. Yeah, you're right, but like
meads, honey ones.
I just don't know why that's like such a.
Corona's vegan. You had it vegan, B with the beer, B, yeah, it's okay.
It's like I don't know why that's such a thing though. That here it says like, oh, our vegan products register with the Vegan Society, but it's like aren't all beers
like
vegan?
It's probably just like a what is it, diversity and inclusion point that they have, so they're like advertise that bitty.
Yeah, that's true. You know, England has always been way more, surprisingly, way more progressive than I feel like America sometimes.
Really?
But do you know like the Industrial Revolution started like way before in New England, like almost decades before the Industrial Revolution started here in America. But I guess also, yeah, I mean that's like a more industry, but
open my beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to taste it.
Let's say what we're drinking before then we're rated. Because I don't know if we said it. I'm drinking Samuel Adams Winter Lager.
I am sipping on a Terranca Père Noël Exceptional Xmas beer.
Okay. We'll keep that in later. But
keep that in mind. Now, yeah, so with those facts,
to the rating.
Time to think about our first beer.
I be honest, I really enjoyed this. And it did warm me up. It did warm me up in, I don't know. It warmed me up and made me lighter.
Interesting.
I think I really like the sweetness of it. And I think it's sweet, but it has almost dark taste to it. Probably because of the open stone and like they do like barley, I think, on it. And so it is almost drinking a, I don't know, maybe I almost want to say a roasted sweet coffee, but then it's not really coffee. But I don't know, it's like roasted beans, so it's like not all the way coffee. But I would say, I would say this is. I actually, because I was telling you this before recording. I like this was what I was tasting. That I wish the Hacker Per Shore Oktoberfest tasted like. My personal opinion, when I think about amber ales, amber, lagers or anything like that that's within that color, I'm expecting malt. I'm expecting like a sweet, deep sweet with like a bitterness that warms me up. This does it. I'm trying to remember what I gave Hacker Per Shore. Pretty sure I gave it an 8. I think I give this a 9.
Wow.
9 Beatles out of 10 because we're British. How are you?
I don't know. I thought it was good, but I don't think I liked it as much as you. I might have to get another one and get more of an example of that. But for me, I think I liked the one from last week a little bit more. I did taste some bitterness and the roastness of like the malt that you were talking about. Wow. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting.
What would you rate?
For me, I think I might give it like a 6.
I feel like you gave the other one a 6.
Did I? All right, well, I'm gonna give it a 5 then.
All right.
I need to like have a whiteboard next to where I record with all the.
We need to have a spreadsheet.
We really do, but right, I'll give it a 5. That. I'm done with a 5. It wasn't good. It was not that it wasn't good, but it was pretty solid, but it wasn't like anything special.
Like 5 is average, right?
Yeah, it's pretty average, and I'm gonna give it 5 Shakespeares out of 10. Because apparently that's Shakespeare on the box.
It does say that. Blessing.
It says blessing of your heart.
Go for it.
Oh, blessing of your heart, you brew good ale, William Shakespeare. And on the box, there's a picture of him, I believe.
Wow, look at that. That's crazy. You know, apparently they do different labels each year for this. It's crazy.
That's interesting, really.
Because you notice the years.
Yeah, I saw the 2023, 2024.
I mean, at the very least, they do differently like that. I don't know if it's like completely like, yeah, they change completely the design, but yeah, they print new ones for, I guess, to reflect the years, because it's like, this is limited beer, you know,
I think it's just that.
I think it's probably just that. I mean, they don't glue them that hard. But
I'm looking at a picture of it, and there's a one from 2015 where it has the same box. Seems like it's just the label on the beer itself, which is still pretty cool.
Wow, this is interesting. I just took a sip of the second one. Yeah, I like every time I hear spice while I was reading a lot of the beers that we're looking at, I was like, are they gonna be that spice? Because I don't know. Sometimes spice, like cinnamon, mint, nutmeg. I don't know. It almost messes up with your stomach a little bit. If I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. But yeah, so with that, continue the theme of the winter. Do you have any? Winter. What are some of the Christmas food? I guess / Thanksgiving, because we're also, around the holiday season. What are some of the foods that have always prevailed in your dinner table?
So I think for me, I want to say Spanish. For Christmas, something that Puerto Ricans eat a lot is pernil, so pork.
Pernil.
Cooked in a Puerto Rican style. Always got that out there. Coquitos always, around this time of the year. It's fire.
What's coquitos?
Coquito. You've never had coquito?
Hell no.
That's crazy. You know what ponche crema is?
Kind of, but I don't think we ever drank that.
Okay, well, ponche crema is a Venezuelan version of coquito. Coquito is like milk. It's like Puerto Rican eggnog, but 1,000 times better.
Right. Oh, no, yeah, ponche crema. Yeah, I think I've had it. The thing is, like, I'm also very much not into too sweet of alcohol. Right? I mean, ponche crema,
they're pretty sweet.
They're super sweet. I feel like they get me a little bit. Arroz con gandules, right?
Oh, yeah, arroz con gandules.
That's like not necessarily.
There's always ensalada de papa.
Is there the food that only shows up in the holiday season?
It's mainly like during the holidays, I feel like.
Yeah.
Arroz con gandules is more than just the holidays, but regardless, we always have it. I feel like with the Christmas food or Christmas and holiday foods, there's also pastelillos. Or pasteles, but we don't really make those too much.
Yeah. Do you remember the last time do you guys ever help in the kitchen making these foods or
I would help by making like my own dish, kind of.
Right. Okay.
That's what I did recently. I'd make like a dish and then everyone else would make their dishes. But like my dad always made like the beef or the beef, what am I saying? The rice. He make the arroz con gandules, and he sometimes makes some of the other stuff. My mom would usually make like the potato salad. Sometimes we make guineo escabeche. It's fire.
I think so. You're in charge of individual foods, essentially.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, usually my parents would make like the rice, and maybe like a side. Someone would do the turkey. Someone would do this, that, the other. Wasn't a lot of the American dishes.
Nah, yeah. I think so. For my side, the main one is hallacas, right? And I'm sure you heard.
Yeah.
What hallacas are? I think you help. I think you help.
Yeah.
Sour's family to make hallacas,
right? Been like every year for like the past 5 years.
Nice, yeah, dude.
I think we're gonna make some when we go back. I'm gonna keep the tradition going, I guess.
That's what the in-laws are for. Added hands in the process, because it is a whole, almost like a conveyor belt, almost, or like it's a whole process.
It's a factory, bro.
It's a factory, yes. It's like, and my job was always the plastar or press the
masa.
well the mas the dough. I think that's it. I don't know, the dough into the plantain leaves, and then to hand it off to my dad, who would put the fillings of it, and then he gives it to my sister, who would be doing the wrapping and then the tying.
Oh, bro, I'll never get the wrapping.
No, the wrapping is always the, I don't know, the skill job. You know, because I don't think anybody can just tie or wrap. Mine was obviously I'm the youngest, along with my brother, who was trade off the, pressing of the of the dough. That's what we did. My mom set the whole thing up, right? She makes she does the whole prep, and so we all do that for her. And it's always a tradition, right? Right now my mom's like, make sure you don't buy anything for this day. You're gonna be busy helping us, and it's like, okay, man, it's the whole thing. It's part of the whole holidays, And I think that's cool. It is cool to do that. And hallacas, well, essentially hallacas they're similar to tamales, but they're so much better.
Somewhat of a controversial take, but I think I like hallacas more than I like pasteles.
What is pasteles? No, it's like pastelitos.
No, it's like it's similar. It's like Puerto Rican hallacas, except not really.
Oof.
It's like that's like the most similar thing. The masa is made out of like plantains, though,
instead of corn.
Yeah, so they're a little bit more liquidy. They're not as like solid. So it's a texture thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right.
That they don't like it, but
yeah. I think I completely agree with you. That is the dough. How you say it? The dough, the cooked dough. It feels way better in the because it's more complete. It's more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It held together way more when you cook it.
Definitely.
I feel like yeah. So that was really good.
What you mean you're done? When you forgot about ensalada de gallina, pan de jamón, asado negro. You guys don't make that?
Okay, you adding something that I didn't remember.
What do you mean?
Dude, you're right though. So my mom makes her world famous ensalada. It's like I think it's like a salad of turkey or salad of potatoes, because it's like I feel like I think of it more for the potatoes than the chicken or the turkey. But like she makes this like potato salad that he has potato, peas, carrots, some apple, some chicken, some corn, and then she makes this like awesome sauce where it's like I will never find out the actual recipe, because she'll always be like, you have to watch me to learn it, and it's like, all right, I just want it all written down.
Yeah,
but
it's a very Hispanic thing, I feel like,
because it's like you have to learn it by watching. But that she always makes that for every occasion where it's her go-to for every time she wants to bring food for a festivity at someone else's house. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Yeah, and he always makes that to bring for all the festivities. It's our go-to, and it really is really good. So you're right. That was always something that she makes. Did you ever had it? I think you had it, right?
Yeah, I think you've brought it, and I've had Sour's family's one. But so you said that she says she makes that for events. So is it like only the like holidays, or like anytime that like
I think
not anytime, but like more general than just
definitely the holidays. There've been times where there's like a big get together. Maybe there's like a birthday, and then so she's like she wants to bring something. That's what she'll bring, to impress people. And like it's kind of like everyone's. Oh, so you bring the potato salad, right? It's like everyone else wants it too. So it is really out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very.
I definitely
yummy.
brought it to one because we did do a Friendsgiving ourselves. You,
Yeah.
me, Sour, Cervecita, Sangria, according to him. But and Bushi. And I brought that.
Mhm.
And then Cervecita brought mole. Do you remember? Mole chicken?
Yeah, that was fire. I liked it. There was a
It
lot
was
of
a
food
lot
that
of
time
food.
too. It's a trend between Friendsgiving.
I
It's
think
always a bunch
Thanksgiving
of
is so
food.
fun, actually. I
So
think,
great.
not gonna lie, I feel like Thanksgiving's. These are hot take, probably, especially with my family. I think Thanksgiving is low. I think Thanksgiving is so much funner than the actual Thanksgiving. Because I don't know, it feels more. I don't know, not in necessarily individual. Like it's more like your identity intermingling with your friends, because like you're bringing the food that you actually make, and then your other friends bring their food that they actually make, and then I think
Yeah.
Thanksgiving just
A lot different.
It feels like Thanksgiving usually is similar to Christmas without the presents. You know,
Yeah.
so it's really a lot of fun with Friendsgiving. But pan de jamon, I think that shows up as well. Definitely Christmas, Thanksgiving. Pan de jamon is really good.
Yeah.
Like, do you eat it with
Oh,
the
dude.
olive? Do you eat the olive?
Dude, I love olives. I'd be eating all of that
Yeah.
shit, bro. I feel like something that I've noticed. I don't know if it's because like I've been eating sours. What's it called? Sours Venezuelan food more. But like I've had a lot of Thanksgivings where I have Puerto
Yeah.
Rican food. So I feel like recently I've been really enjoying like trying the new stuff with Friendsgiving and also just
Yeah.
trying like Venezuelan food. It's very yummy.
Yeah, I want to try Friendsgiving with like actual Asian food. That sounds really good.
Yeah,
So,
dude. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
food here.
It's great.
I feel like a lot of the times too, our friend groups is just primarily Hispanic, so there's a bunch of different Hispanic foods, but
Which is like
it's yummy.
surprisingly to me, I was pleasantly surprised how different, Hispanic foods are between countries. I feel like, 'cause, like, I never had mole. Like, I think Mexican food is very different.
Yeah,
Colombian food is probably the closest thing to my food, right? But even that,
yeah. I think it's right next to each
essentially,
other.
yeah. But even that, I think it's the other. I don't remember.
It's different. I don't like Colombian arepas as much.
Nah, yeah.
Very interesting.
You have to like have all the toppings on top of it, and just although
That's
one
interesting.
thing, do you ever have pan de bono?
I think so. Yes, that's like the little like
It's
circular
cheese
bread.
They
Yeah.
bake cheese into it. It's
Fire.
like so chewy and just so good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And it's
I mean, I've never had buñuelos, but I've heard
is there
they're good.
anything that you want to try in the future for Friendsgiving? Like they haven't tried yet?
I don't know. I'm kind of a slut for mac and
Oh
cheese.
my gosh, yes.
So it's like a very basic thing, but like my family doesn't really make that. So when they bring stuff like that, that's just stuff that I don't really try at my Thanksgiving. I really enjoy that.
So what you're saying, we need an American in the Friendsgiving.
Yeah, I need some mac and cheese.
Is that's so? I was not expecting you to
cheese.
say one of the most American dishes I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's the only thing I like from like American Thanksgiving though. I don't like gravy.
Gravy.
I mean, I don't know if they do mashed potatoes, but mashed potatoes are like I don't feel like they're
mashed
holiday
potatoes is
food.
basic. I think, no.
Yeah.
The right word for it is mid. They're mid.
Yeah, it's like it's very
Yeah.
common. It's like same thing with what's it called? Like gravy. I don't really like gravy. The cranberry like thing.
I
I
never
don't really care for that. Collard greens.
I think I'll be down for collard greens because collard greens is what? Is it asparagus or green beans?
I think it's green beans. I'm not sure.
I might be down for it. I've been into asparagus lately, but
Oh, it's a different type of vegetable actually.
all green beans.
I guess that's why it's collard
It's
greens.
collard greens, I guess. I mean,
I don't know what the fuck this is. I thought it was
so
green beans.
I didn't remember the whole thing about dark and white meat. I didn't realize what that meant until like very late.
Oh yeah, chicken thigh or the thighs are dark. Chicken and breast.
Yeah.
Or not chicken, but like the breast is what.
So
like,
people want dark meat, right?
I like light white meat.
I'm trying to remember who like like what was the consensus?
So dark meat is better for like chicken sandwiches and stuff. And they say I think people generally like chicken thighs more, but I like white meat more.
No, the game.
Because white meat tends to be a little bit more drier, a little bit more like what's it called?
Less bloody, I guess.
No, like less. It's drier and less flavorful. I feel like people say that white meat is.
So what are you talking about? So like you like that as now as flavorful?
I like white meat more. I don't know.
You
I
like
just feel
dryness.
like chicken thighs. It's a little bit like slimy sometimes.
Dark meat. I don't know. I love that slimy.
I like
it's like the fat. It's like the
Really?
flavor. It's where the flavor is.
Ew.
You know? Which is ironic because I prefer boneless chicken wings rather bone-in. Which is, you know.
Oh man, I love chicken wings. Don't even get me started on that one.
All right. Beer number 3.
Numero
With-
tres.
Little thread. I'm opening now because I'm thirsty, bitch.
Son.
Ah.
Beer number son. Beer number
Oh, there's
3.
Sorry, I was
Beer number
struggling. I was
Oh, you're counting
struggling
in different
hard. I was struggling.
What did you say this beer was?
Which one? Beer number 3?
Yeah, but were you talking about a Bach? What type
Oh,
of beer
this.
is this?
Yeah. So this is the. So we decided to like both do Winter's Welcome and then this an extra one, just buy a single one of it,
Yep.
which I kind of regret a little bit because I feel like I needed more time to drink it.
Oh,
Not that like I liked it that much, really. It's just that it felt like
hard
I
to judge.
it was hard to judge in
Only
some
one beer.
ways. But I don't know. I mean, to be fair, we always do it after one. But like this
Yeah.
one, I don't know. It felt like it flew very under my radar. In terms of my,
Basic
like-
beer.
It felt like a basic beer, even though like it boasted like, oh, it has ginger, orange peel, all that stuff. I mean, like to me, it's like, yeah, it just tastes like normal, like semi-dark, like a beer. Which is like this is actually the style of it. It's a spice wheat bock, which
Sure.
we learned before, right? That bocks are like dark lagers. They're like
Bach is goat.
the bucks are pretty good. I feel like it makes sense that a buck is a winter lager. You know, like, it's like I think that just makes sense.
Pretty dark.
I think that
That does make sense.
yeah.
Agree with that.
Do you hear that?
Dude, what? No, I did not.
My lips smacking. I'm trying to remember because I have some sliver left, so I'm trying to like salvage the flavor. How about? Can you go first? Actually,
Yeah, for the second one.
yeah.
Yeah, so the second one I drank was a Père Noël, and I liked it a little bit more than the first one,
Really?
but not much more. I feel like these beers have all been pretty inoffensive, pretty like basic. So
The thing is, I feel like okay. What can I ask though before like a refocusing on rating? What would you? Because you had Bud Lights before, right?
yeah,
What would you rate Bud Lights?
got 2.5.
Really? Okay, so that's
Yeah,
I feel like so that's not an offensive.
it just tastes too watery in my opinion.
Okay, but this one's like it actually has more flavor.
Yeah, this one you could taste that it's beer. Like you taste barley, you taste malt, you taste whatever is in it. I feel like Bud Light is like it just tastes like carbonated water. I don't know. It's hard to explain how Bud Light tastes compared to like craft beers. You know?
You ever think of it as piss water? They were like,
Yeah, I'd give it piss water rating 2.5.
but then have you ever had piss water?
No, but
How
I've had Bud
have
Light.
we? You know, I guess Bud Light, yeah. But yeah, so this one, you're tasting what?
Yeah, I think for this one it's very slightly better than the first. The first one.
Well,
I think it's like a 5.5.
that's
I don't think it's
so barely.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't have anything that sold me enough to give it more than like just barely better.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like the beers that we've had. I don't know what I was thinking going into a spiced or winter beer. I already Freudian sleep. That's what I was going to talk about.
Mhm.
I think of a spiced beer,
That's
like
true.
spices. I don't know.
to be fair, I feel like I was not prepared for a spice beer. Like I feel like because if we could have got, because there was this one where I was at that was like completely white, and I was scared of it. I'm pretty sure that was like probably gonna be like, I don't know, super spiced, and I'm like
Super spice.
yeah. So you did 5.5, 5.5 what?
5.5 Santa Clauses out of 10.
Okay.
Rip to that one that's half.
Revved. All right, that's good.
What about you?
For
You had
me,
the
Samuel Adams White Lager. I said White Lager. Winter Lager. It's a Bock Lager. 5.6%. IBU is 22. Very not bitter. It feels very inoffensive. So like, I can't believe that. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna give this a 5 as well. 5. Yeah, 5. Rick and Morty turkeys out of 10. Because do you saw that episode?
I did not. I really watched the
Well, what Rick was, the episode was like, they did like one of those. They did something to the Liberty statue, and to be pardoned of it, Rick was going to turn him and Morty into turkeys. Because apparently this is culture or thing that the president does where they pardon turkeys.
Yeah, I saw the video for that today. Actually, thought it was stupid.
Yeah, and that's yeah. Biden pardoned too. Yeah, and that's why it reminded me of it. It's like, oh, that's, and I'm surprised people they put in the comments, wow, Rick and Morty, man, they got pardoned again. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, going to from that, I'm drinking again the Winter's Welcome.
Winter's Welcome, yep. Welcome back to winter. Ale. Yeah, you get it.
Yo, I really like this, man. I'm really into this. You had a little topic, Stout.
Yes, I
I
did.
want to talk about.
So, going back to our couple episodes back where we were doing so controversies, I was recently on TikTok, and I was just watching, my TikTok as I do on various days, and I go across, many podcasts. There's a lot of comedy podcasts. There's a lot of like YouTube or TikTokers who just put their podcasts on there. And I went through one of a show that I used to watch called Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Have you watched the show or heard of it?
Oh, dude, yeah. That's the classified. Dude, that was my shit.
Yeah, that's a throwback right there. It's a really good show. It was like on Nicktoon or something.
Yeah. Well,
Nick Teen.
Nick.
Yeah, Teen Nick. There you go. I was like, it's something like that.
Yeah. Dude, Moe's was probably everybody's crush when they were growing up.
Yeah, well, this thing that I saw on TikTok actually involves her. So
damn.
They have a podcast where they talk about that, like the stuff, and apparently Mose and Ned used to get down back in the day. It's crazy.
Like the actors. So they would do it on the set, or I mean, what do you mean get down?
I heard the one that I watched talked about her giving him head. So I don't know.
Oh my god!
I don't know what they did past that, but she also talked that like she went through like the whole cast and then she ended up on Ned. That's how she put it in her words. So I guess she was just getting down with some of the other peeps there.
Really, I didn't know that. I need to watch this shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw that. I was like, my childhood. No.
I knew that her and Devin, who is I think Ned's actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Lisa and Devin. I think this is the names. Lisa Mose, yeah. I don't remember. Lisa Mose, yeah. I knew they were dating, and in reality, we should have known. Because they were dating. They're teenagers with a lot of money, or obviously they're gonna do stuff, right? I don't know. I think it is childhood chattering, but to be honest, when you think about it, it feels like All right, they're just two teenagers in high school
That's how it be.
that have way too much free time together, which leads to that. I don't know. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, well,
Following this trend, yeah, I saw that, and that was wild. I was not expecting that, and it just kind of reminded me of like back when Nickelodeon and Disney kids were getting exposed to like being super toxic work environments.
yeah,
It's a crazy thing. Imagine like being a child and having to deal with like the fame from being in like, you know, children's show.
yeah.
It's probably not the same as like being like a, you know, a mainstream actor, because, you know, usually like younger audiences watching it, but your life's completely different because, you know, you're working, you're acting, going to school, doing stuff. Be crazy.
Yeah, I think the thing is like, think about how you went through with as a kid or like as a teenager, and like times the pressure by 10
Yeah.
from like executives, Disney, Nickelodeon, trying to make sure that you're, you know, picture perfect for little kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it really is a lot of pressure on them. Like,
Yeah.
like no wonder some kid actors turn to like substance abuse, which I think Lindsay did that. Lindsay is like the actor that plays Mouse. I just wrote, and I think she had deals. She had to deal with like, you know, substance abuse, addiction, and it's like it's just rough. It is rough. It doesn't help that they are almost shaped by the sometimes the directors, the producers, who are like can be
Creepy.
weird,
Can be
creepy. Yeah, especially this Dan Schneider, I think, right?
Yeah, there's been a lot of like Disney and Nickelodeon stars that say that he's creepy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think Jenna McCarthy said that. I mean, I think he was just. I don't know. What did you hear?
So she dropped the book. I'm happy my mom died or something like that. Whatever
is-
the title is.
That awesome time, because I think her mom really was not good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, in reality, but like
Yeah, so she dropped that, and then like she basically went on like that put the spotlight on like the Nickelodeon thing, and a lot of people were talking about it too. But apparently, she was really like, her mom was really toxic in the sense that like she, as soon as she like turned 6, she was making her be a child actress or something.
yeah.
Excuse me, hiccups and all of that, and you know, apparently her mom was like drilling her so hard that she got an eating disorder. So it's a lot of crazy stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was reading up on this, and I saw that. Did you ever watch Sam and Cat?
Yes.
So that was a show.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah, there was a show that was Sam and Cat. So Cat from, was that Victorious, and Sam from iCarly. They lived together, and that show was a thing, you know. And she was complaining about Ariana Grande was, you know, famous. She was a singer, I think, at this point, so she would get excused for a lot of stuff, and she wasn't. So she talked about this a little bit too. And apparently, after the show got canceled, they offered her a $300,000, like pretty much a hush payment to like not talk about all the shady shit that happened, which is actually crazy.
Yeah. It is. I think it's just a lot of guys, when they're in power, they're like able to, especially like when they're like big guys with like success over shows. I think he did Drake and Josh. I'm pretty sure he did. And then iCarly, then Victorious, and then Simon Cat. I think that was his like almost. I think also Zoe 101. I think he did.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he did. So like all this, he's like, his job secure almost essentially. So it's like almost can do whatever he wants.
Did a lot of shows. But yeah,
And he did a lot of shows. Yeah.
Some people, and they get in a position of power, they just,
which makes it really like dirty, the rewatching some of their shows, because I sometimes rewatch some of those moments, like because I like Victorious, I like those shows because like I like the singing, I like some of the comedy, but it is weird. And though I don't know, it is weird when those shows that were meant for kids. There were some parts where like people always try to sneak in inside jokes for the adults.
Yeah, like innuendos and stuff. It's definitely weird. It's a weird thing to like think about children acting and portraying that.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're older.
Yeah.
You know, when we're like teenagers, those were people our age, so it wasn't like, I feel like it didn't hit as hard. But now it's like, this is a literal child.
Does it make you feel sad?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like the trade-off. You know, people always say if you're famous, you have no privacy. But like when you're a kid, like no privacy and you're a kid. So it's like you never really have the chance to be a kid. Pretty sad.
You can. And I don't know. I just don't know who. Sometimes it's like I don't know, like if sometimes it is because the kid actually wants to be acting, or like the parents, like, oh, you should do this, like, and somehow they find success and then like become their money makers almost.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It is both a good opportunity, but at the same time, yet those kids and the parents, they need to be careful because it's gonna be a lot of pressure.
For sure.
I feel like they experience almost as much pressure as executives in actual company, in other companies. So we're like, and it's crazy that they face that when they're like young, and people turn to some different things. It's insane, but it is what it is. But hey, at the very least, we get to hear them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hear from the actual actors that. Some dealt with it better than others, but they're still living. They're still like, I don't know. I think from what I was watching from the Declassified podcast, I feel like they're thriving.
That's what it's called. That's a fire name, by the way.
But
I have to say, Declassified or like that's so good.
Which is it goes into because they're revealing a lot of things where we're very much not, I said in the public, right?
Yeah, it's a whole different show. It's what they don't want you to see. Obviously, they're gonna put out the best, content.
I think it's awesome that. I think this personally is awesome that they're able to talk about it more now, and it is sad that your childhood a little bit darker now, but I think it's way more healthy talking about it than ignoring it, right?
Yeah,
in some ways. So
yeah, it's kind of like therapy, a form of therapy that they're talking about it now.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to like handle it, or I don't know how it would have been
stressful.
Yeah, I think the thing is though with the whole thing with Lindsay giving, I don't know, going through the like the cast or something like that. I have to rewatch it, or I have to watch that part. I just feel like that's so not to say normal, like we're like girls should do that, but like it's like it feels like that could happen easily in a high school, but you don't really hear about it.
Yeah,
or like it doesn't feel that strange, because it's like I don't know, almost a normal girl's life is like, yeah, she'll have boyfriends, she'll like. Have guys that be interested in her, and I feel like it shows essentially were miniature high schools,
for sure. And it's kind of like they have hypersexualized it a lot in some regards.
Yeah, which
but certainly as something like Victorious. There's some people on Victorious that were saying that like,
no, yeah, Victorious was way
because they were literally high schoolers, and it was like very sexualized. Some stuff.
Yeah. Dude, they had them in like sometimes bikinis, some like shorts, tank tops. Apparently, Daniela Monette, who played Trina in Victoria's, was like had a scene where she was applying lipstick while eating a pickle. I don't know if that actually made it through, but apparently,
I think it did.
Something that and it's like, brother, there's a difference between having jokes like in movies for the adult, but no adults are watching Victorious with their kids or like those kind of shows. Just other shows like the kids are just watching by themselves. So who are you doing this for? Yourself. It's crazy, man. That pissed me off. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel bad for them, but yes,
They're in a better place now.
There's benefits. What? They're in a better place? That sounds like they died.
No, but they are though.
I know what you mean, but yes, they're in a mental, physically,
really
or mental and physically better place. It sounded like they're in a better place now. He's fucking dead. It's crazy.
Do you ever do that? The joke. I always do that joke where, like, whenever someone leaves for an internship, I always refer to them like, when I would say like, "I'll see you then," and I would kiss my lips and like look up. That's how I would talk about people that went off to the internships during college.
That's funny.
I was not saying the semester. I think I was saying that about.
Damn.
This gonna piss me off because it's gonna be so deep in the recording. All right, beer number 4. Number 4 here.
We have a reoccurring cheers. I opened. I don't know if I picked it up, but we have a reoccurring segment coming up for the second time.
Yeah,
what is that, Mr. Lager? Am I the a-hole? A-I-T-A?
AITA. So it's such a weird, like, it reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That doesn't sound right. This doesn't feel
really,
right.
Avatar, okay, it's ATLA. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, am I the asshole?
The Last Airbender?
Yeah, that's right. I always look at the abbreviation for "Am I the asshole?" I always think about the Avatar abbreviation. But yeah, we did last week some "Am I the asshole" stories, and that was so fun. I enjoy reading this stuff because it really puts down the quality of humanity in my eyes.
Yeah.
But no, they're very funny. This one I was searching through the World Wide Web for the Christmas.
Wide Web.
Yeah, for a Christmas, am I the asshole? And because, we're like almost getting to the holiday seasons, we want to see how other people ruin their Christmases.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm going to start. So this is titled, Am I the asshole for saying I won't come to Christmas at my in-laws if I can't wear a hat? All right. It starts with, this is a petty little thing, but maybe you guys can help me know if I was in the wrong. For the context, I, 25 female, got married in November. My mother-in-law doesn't really like me, even trying to steal the spotlight at my wedding. But it's still overly traditional. At Thanksgiving, I was having a really bad hair day, so I wore a black leather cap. I dressed here New Boys style 1, which my husband said looked great on me. The holiday was hostile, even more so than prior gatherings I've been to, and hubby said mother-in-law said it was because I wore a hat. But I know it's just an excuse. I told mother-in-law I wouldn't come to Christmas with them, then blocked her number and Facebook. That's wild. I know. My husband's trying to keep us both happy since he doesn't like conflict. He wants me to come to one more celebration to see if maybe people are getting used to me. He's told mother-in-law she needs to be nice and treat me as part of the family, says I am, and that if I feel unwelcome at Christmas like I did at Thanksgiving, that we won't attend future events and she see him much anymore. So she won't be able to see him anymore. Wow. I understand why he wants me to give her one final chance and haven't had any conflicts with him. Marriage is about compromise, and I get that he doesn't want to cut her off since she's his mother, but I just don't want to be involved with her unless I have to be. I wanted to see if mother-in-law was listening to him, so I asked my husband to request that I be allowed to wear the same hat to Christmas. Hubby said he thought, I know, right?
It was kind of petty, bro.
It sounds pretty petty so far. Hubby said he thought I'd worn it because I had a bad hair day, but this time it's as a statement that they shouldn't treat me as an outsider, either because I wear hats all the time. Right now it's just a sports visor, which I never wear to a holiday, so it's not like I'm doing that.
Crazy.
Or they just don't like me. If they won't let me wear a hat, what else are they going to restrict about me? Let me be me or I won't come. Period. My husband agreed and relayed this to mother-in-law. She's been asking him why he married the devil.
Oh my god.
I know, right? What the fuck? He's growing tense with me, and I told him it will probably have to pick a side sooner or later, and I never intended it that way. He spent the last night at a friend's house because he needed to think. I feel bad because I care about him and no conflict stresses him out. I told him to text me when he was ready to talk. He hasn't yet. My friends think that my hat request was unnecessary and maybe I strained my relationship with my husband. I think he just needed space to think because conflict stresses him out again. So I gotta ask, am I the asshole for saying I won't come if I don't wear a hat? And that's wild. Update though. There's a little update. My husband just texted me saying he just got off the phone with his mother. He told her off for calling me the devil and said that if I can wear a hat, he's not coming either. And that she really should get over her antiquated BS. She did not respond well. I don't think we're going to Christmas there now. So maybe we'll have a friend mas. IDK, we'll think of something. The end.
Crazy. I think that was both the mom and the wife sucking major meat.
Really?
Sucking major something.
Did I tell you the tag before?
No, I think it's just. I think both the mom and the wife are tripping in this one. I feel bad for the husband because the mom is being horrible, but then the wife is also like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be petty too.
Because it was petty, but I just can't imagine like marrying someone where I don't know. Yeah, such a hostile environment with your in-laws, right? And this is a 25-year-old, by the way. So she's like the same age as us. So I don't know.
They just recently got married.
Yeah.
So I don't know if when was this written?
11 months ago.
Okay.
So this was like November.
And then it said that they got married in November, right?
They got married in November.
So this is a year ago. So they're 26, married for a year at this point. But November for Christmas would mean that they were married for like a month at the time.
Yeah.
I feel like this is also just like maybe they got married really quick because I feel like if you take the time to meet your in-laws before you get married, like if you're dating for a while, I feel like it doesn't happen as much where the mother-in-law or father-in-law like have problems with the partner, you know?
Yeah. Like I think that's insane to me where you don't. Yeah, like just like they should have been interacting with their parents a long time ago, like to like get a better sense. Because like, do you think it's a deal breaker if your partner doesn't get along well with your mom and dad?
I think it depends. So I think if the partner was like not as aggressive and like petty, I think that I would have been more towards the partner side. I don't think the guy is like right for choosing his partner over his mom because I feel like once you get married, you know, it's your partner and you. That's you're starting your new life together. But I feel like I don't know. I really feel like everyone's just sucky in this.
I think everyone sucks is like I think she's doing on this assumption. I think to be fair, we also don't know everything else that goes around this disagreement about the hat, right? And we don't know why they don't like her, you know? Like, apparently she's overly traditional, the mother-in-law. So maybe she's more progressive, and then the mother-in-law is very traditional. But then, like, it's just a hat, you know? Is it that big of a deal? But then, I don't know. The hat, I think, wasn't that big of a deal when they asked. I feel like it's like they could have told her, like, could you take off the hat? I'm like, okay. But then I guess she's thinking about what the repercussions could be, right?
Yeah.
because I was just reading another one where I think it was a fiance, and apparently in the family they had this tradition where the women that are married into the family were tested by doing challenges of like cooking, cleaning, shit like that, right? And she's like, "What? I'm not doing that." So it feels like a lot. It feels like the same very similar here, where like maybe she feels that if they're going to like ask me to take off the hat, would it go into like stuff like, you know, about the house, how she handles her household, maybe. But it really, I think I agree with you where they probably married way too quickly. Because I feel like you should have found this out right before. You know, before
I think
you
it also
like.
depends too, though. Like, I feel like if it's Hispanic moms are pretty intense on like their kids sometimes. So I think it depends on like some context on that too. But again, I think everyone was just too much looking for conflict. Like the mother-in-law was making problems, but the daughter-in-law was also like fighting and antagonizing the mom a little bit too. So I think it's just a shitty situation all around.
Do you think it was right for the husband to stand her for his wife and then call out her?
I think
mom?
So.
Yeah,
I think so. I think that once you get married, you know, you're starting your life with your partner as opposed to like parents. You know.
I guess what's more important though, your wife or your mama?
I think your wife. Once you're married, like it's you and them. I heard someone talking about like this as well. They were saying how like once you get married, it's not your family growing; it's like their family starting. Because like, you know, your parents' family is, you know, their kids and their parents, but it's more so like I feel like they're at the center of it, as opposed to like their parents being at the center of it. It's just like a cycle, you know.
Yeah.
Interesting things to think about, though.
I'm trying to remember. Like, can I ask you then? What were the first impressions that your parents had of your partner, and what did they had on your sister's partners?
So my partners, I introduced my previous partner to my parents, and they didn't say anything. But after we broke up, I found that they didn't like her. So you know,
your first one,
it didn't end up working out. And it ended up working out in that regard because my parents didn't really care for her. But for Sour, they from the beginning they've always been super accepting and have enjoyed her company. I think she was just very different in the sense where my first partner was very closed off, didn't really talk to my family, and Sour is really like, you know, social. She wants to be, and she, you know, I didn't think, is there anything I could help with? Like she's always just really there, and I think my parents really liked that, so they liked her a lot.
I think I almost want to say like almost in Hispanic, like as long as you're like ready to like help out the mom, do stuff, right? I think you're almost in, but then, like, do you think that's a little bit antiquated? Like, do you think if your partner didn't try to do that stuff, and let's say the close off, let's say like she just was more like she didn't help out in the kitchen, let's say. Do you think that would cause friction?
I think for me personally, it was more so the fact that she cared about forming a relationship with my parents, whereas like my first partner did not.
Okay.
So I think it was more so that than like her being in the kitchen or stuff like that. But
I'm trying to think like what. I just cannot imagine, my personal opinion, like being with someone who can't get along with your mom.
Yeah, but I mean it's a two-way street, because if the partner in the story wasn't being petty,
like,
then that was just the mom having a problem with her, right?
Yeah. So, the thing is,
I think different people react to different or to like conflict in different ways. Can't hold it against her that she reacted that way.
Well,
but it's also just not
right.
helping the situation.
It doesn't. But good on the husband. Everyone sucks except for the husband, which is rare sometimes to say. But dude, that's kind of crazy. Christmas. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode, man.
Yes, sir.
Some good topics. Number 20 in the books. Our podcast is already, in terms of episode number, they're about to be ready to drink legally.
That's funny.
But if you think about it, dude, do you know that YouTube just turned 18?
Damn, they're not even legal to drink.
They're not legal to drink.
Crazy.
But Smosh also turned 18, but yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Our winter special. We're like welcoming winter. Let us know any winter traditions that you and your families follow. That maybe they'll be different from us. And any funny Christmas stories you just feel like sharing.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we hope to see you in the next one.
Sound Lager signing off.
Yeah.